What if I told you that everything falling apart in your life right now isn't a punishment? It's preparation? You felt it before anyone else did, didn't you? That strange shift in the air, the way conversations started going sideways, the sudden weight of memories you thought you'd buried. While everyone else is just now noticing their phones glitching and their plans getting delayed, you've been feeling Mercury Retrograde's pull for weeks. Here's why. Chosen ones always feel the cosmic shifts first. The gift nobody warned you about. They told you being chosen was a gift. What they didn't mention was the price tag. And right now, as Mercury spins backward through the cosmos, that bill is coming due, not in money, but in memories. This isn't just about miscommunications or travel delays. For you, Mercury Retrograde is a mirror being held up to your soul, reflecting every sacrifice you made to become who you are today. Every comfort you abandoned, every person you had to leave behind, every night you cried alone because growth demanded it. You're not going backward. You're being reminded of why you'll never go back. The invisible burden. Right now, you're probably asking yourself a question that's been haunting you. Why am I doing everything right and still suffering? You've aligned your intentions. You followed the signs. You've released people who no longer matched your frequency. So why does it feel like you're being punished for your progress? Because you're not walking with the crowd, you're walking ahead of it. While the world moves in reverse during retrograde, you're still moving forward. That's why you feel so off balance. Your energy isn't syncing with the collective anymore, it's transcended it. You're the one who walks into chaos and calms it, only to be told you're too much. You're the one everyone leans on, yet somehow still the one left out. You transmute heavy energy, absorb everyone's emotional chaos, and clear spaces, all while remaining invisible. But here's the truth they won't tell you. Silence doesn't mean you're unseen. It means you're operating on a level most people can't recognize. When your voice gets hijacked. Have you noticed how your words keep getting twisted lately? How conversations go sideways no matter how clearly you speak? How your intentions get misunderstood, creating confusion where there should be clarity? This isn't coincidence. This is Mercury Retrograde targeting your truth. Your voice isn't just how you communicate, it's how you lead. And when that voice gets blocked, distorted, or ignored, you start questioning everything. Should I say less? Should I shrink? Should I wait for safer ground? But Mercury Retrograde isn't here to silence you. It's here to strengthen you without external validation. It's asking, can you still stand in your truth even when the echo doesn't come back? Being unheard doesn't mean you're wrong. It means your voice is ahead of its time. The Great Unraveling. Everything that's falling apart in your life right now, it was already cracking under the weight of pretense. Mercury Retrograde doesn't destroy what's real, it just removes what was pretending to be. The friendships that required you to stay small, the job that never aligned with your soul, the plans you made from survival instead of vision, they're dissolving not randomly, but because they were never meant to survive your evolution. You're not losing your life. You're losing the parts of your life that were never truly yours. For chosen ones, this retrograde won't feel like a minor inconvenience. While everyone else is just reviewing old projects and postponing decisions, you're being forced to confront what no longer fits, not just in your schedule, but in your entire identity. The emotional tsunami. If you're feeling everything right now, congratulations. You're exactly where you need to be. Mercury retrograde isn't just a communication breakdown, it's an emotional filter collapse. All the pain, jealousy, fear, and confusion that people usually suppress starts leaking into the collective energy field. And if you're a chosen one, you're not just sensing it, you're holding it, processing it, transmuting it. You wake up anxious for no reason. You get hit with waves of sadness mid-conversation. You snap at small things, then immediately feel shame. This isn't because you're unstable. It's because you're absorbing what others are discharging. You're the emotional filtration system of your environment. You walk into rooms and immediately know who's lying, who's grieving, who's spiritually hollow before they even speak. You cry tears that aren't always yours. You feel anger that belongs to ancestral patterns. You carry grief that spans generations. Just most people run from energy, you translate it. The misunderstood journey. Mercury retrograde has this way of digging up not just the past, but the collective weight of every moment you were overlooked, dismissed, or completely misunderstood. This season, it might feel like no matter how far you've come, no one around you truly sees it or gets you. But here's the truth. They were never meant to understand because they didn't live it. They didn't hear the silence when you begged the universe for a sign and got none. They didn't feel the cold of sleeping next to people who never really knew your soul. They weren't there when your entire identity shattered and you had to claw your way back from emotional rock bottom with nothing but intuition and scraps of hope. So, no, they don't get it. And honestly, they shouldn't. Because your path wasn't designed to be relatable. It was designed to be radical. The radical truth. Let them misunderstand your journey. It was never built to match theirs. You didn't rise for applause. You didn't heal to prove a point. You did it to finally live in alignment with your truth. Even when that truth cost you relationships, opportunities, and your old identity. Your path isn't about being understood. It's about being authentic. Mercury retrograde is revealing not just miscommunications or delays, but how beautifully isolated the path of a chosen one really is. And instead of seeing this as loneliness, see it as liberation. You're not here to fit in. You're here to stand out. You're not here to be comfortable. You're here to be transformative. The preparation phase. Everything you're experiencing right now, the silence, the misunderstandings, the emotional waves, the feeling of being unseen, it's all preparation. Mercury retrograde isn't breaking you down, it's building you up for something you can't yet see. This is your cosmic boot camp. You're being trained to trust your inner voice when no one else is listening. You're learning to stand in your truth when it's not popular. You're developing the strength to carry light in rooms full of darkness. The chosen ones don't just survive chaos, they alchemize it. They don't just endure the retrograde. They emerge from it more powerful, more aligned, more unshakable than before. The final truth. So if you're feeling everything right now, if you're questioning your path, if you're wondering why you're still suffering despite doing everything right, know this. You're exactly where you need to be. Your sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's your superpower. Your isolation isn't abandonment. It's preparation. Your silence isn't being ignored. It's being heard by the universe in ways you can't yet understand. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not falling behind. You are exactly the person the world needs you to be, even if the world doesn't know it yet. Mercury retrograde isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. And the lesson it's teaching you is this: you don't need external validation to know your worth. You don't need others to understand your journey to know it's valid. You don't need applause to know you're making a difference. You are enough, exactly as you are, exactly where you are. And when this retrograde is over, when the cosmic dust settles and the world starts moving forward again, you'll be standing exactly where you're meant to be. Not because you were lucky, but because you were chosen. Closing message. The path of the chosen one has never been easy. It's been radical, transformative, and beautifully, necessarily difficult, but it's also been yours. Trust the process. Trust the pause. Trust the silence. Your time is coming, and when it does, you'll be ready. Thank you for staying with me through this journey. If this resonated with you, if you recognized yourself in these words, know that you're not alone. Share your experiences, your thoughts, your truth. The world needs to hear from the chosen ones. Remember, you're not just surviving this retrograde, you're mastering it.